Hi everyone, this is MP. Bonjour, ici Marie-Piere Belisle-Kennedy. I just want to introduce to you a very special interview we did with John Gillies of the CSIA, the Canadian Ski Instructors Alliance, as he was being inducted into the Hall of Fame. So tune in, hope you enjoy it, and have a great season. So welcome, John Gillies. You're being inducted tonight into the CSIA Hall of Fame. So when did you find out? First of all, we're going to go back to the announcement. Did you know you were being nominated?
Well, I found out late summer, I think, August, or I can't remember exactly, but it was late summer. I was far away from the ski world, and their phone rang, and I found out. I guess it was early August, probably.
So is it like the Grammy Awards? They call you at 5 a.m. and you're drinking champagne?
No, it was, I don't know. I think I was even, I'm not sure what I was doing, some renovations or maybe out camping. I can't remember exactly, but it was something that, it kind of put me into a mode of thinking right away about, like, oh, what does this mean? And well, it certainly does. I mean, it's an organization that's been part of most of my adult life. You know, it's been the organization is 86 years old this year, and I've been a member for half of that, 43 years.
Oh, so yeah.
I think it's going to be hard in the future when the organization's 200 years old. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to find a member that's there for half of the. So I'm lucky because I get to be sort of half. So I've seen pretty much half of the organization. Initially, just as a member, of course. So the actual time as an employee for the CSIA is less than half of my ski career. But
you started as tell me how you started. Your first level one, you were teaching.
Well, I took my level one in Camp Fortune, 1981. I lived there, my first winter of ski teaching was in Martock, Nova Scotia. I'm a Nova Scotian, so my first winter was in Martock in 1981-82, I guess.
Okay, maritime.
Just after university, and then I had friends who were in the West, and I said, "Gee, I guess I should go out and see what that's like." So I went out for 1 year, and then 5 years later, I was still there. And then that's where I discovered that there was such a thing as professional ski instructors, and
they got paid to ski.
Yeah, and it wasn't a big living, but it looked like a lot of fun, and great people, inspirational people all the way along. So I was exposed to that in Lake Louise at the time. Don Bilardeau, Andre Schwartz, and other level fours and so forth. Who to us they were like, "Oh my God, that's what I want to be," one day. And
Don and Heather Bilardeau, I remember they were writing for our magazine.
They ran the snow school there the years that I was there in the mid '80s, and then in the late '80s I came back. I passed my level 4 in '89.
How old were you?
In the East, I was 29 years old.
That's good.
A late bloomer, I guess, for some, but it seemed to me like it took forever to become a level 4.
It's a big commitment in
time.
But
then it seems like I've had so much career since then. It's hard to believe that I ever even worried about it in the first place. But so I became a level 4, and that's when I started doing, as a contractual course conductor, I started doing coursework for the CSA around 1990.
Yeah.
So I did that through the 90s. I went back to Lake Louise again in the late 90s as a technical director for the snow school. So I was up to year 2000, like the first 19 years of my career was in ski teaching, just helping run snow schools and teaching the public and snow ski weeks and doing some coursework for the CSIA.
Were you on committees?
A lot
of people volunteer. There's a big
steering committees, I was already interested as a young level 4. I was encouraged to be part of the committees. So through the 1990s, I was on the steering committees with like Michel Beaulieu and Martin Olsen and Martin Jean. And so that's where I get to know those people in that capacity.
Yeah, Martin Olsen also wrote for Ski Canada many years. Yeah.
So those people were like indirectly mentors. They were just more examples for us, like for a young person coming into the organization, it just gave us something to aim for, and that's how so I got involved more through the CSIA, and then the job offer came along in the year 2000.
Yeah.
And that's when my second career started. In skiing. Yeah, well, I'm proud of the organization because it's a humanistic organization. It's based on human values. I mean, that it's not a corporation. I thought it was great working for a non-for-profit organization that basically, they made money on their product, but they put it back into their people, which is the product, So I'm proud of the organization, but beyond that, I'm also really proud of the people I work with, because when I got on board, and I'll probably speak to this tonight, but as a staff member, I
was with you?
It was kind of like survival, You know what level 4s are like, right? So they can be difficult to handle sometimes, right? So I was in charge of them, and I said, okay, well, my first goal is survival. So
the egos were
well, at that time it was kind
brushing elbows.
Yeah, it was competitive, and I wanted to kind of
Yeah.
diffuse that. Right?
Yeah.
So I guess that would be one thing that I'd be proud of, is I was able to take that kind of like
Pompous.
or that was kind of like a hierarchical
Yeah.
approach to it, and I kind
Yeah.
of tried to democratize it a bit, because I wanted more people involved, not fewer. You know,
Okay.
I wanted our material to show more than just 2 or 3 demonstrators. You know, what used to
Yeah.
have the old videos, and you'd have a few demonstrators, but I thought pictures should show as many people as possible,
Yeah.
and bring people up to the level where they were capable of demonstrating, and building demonstration teams, inter-ski teams, around that concept of inclusiveness, and not try to keep as many people in the process as long as possible. And through that, they seemed to like me,
Yeah.
which was kind of like the bonus, right? And then
You have
it was-
a great
it was-
aura about you, and a
was
great
le-
reputation. Everybody I spoke to you about you is like, oh, John. Like,
yeah,
so-
well, it was less. Then it became a little bit less about
Yeah.
survival and more
Yeah.
about, okay, well, these people
Work
really
together.
like this, and then I've become really close friends with most of them over
Yeah.
the years. So, I mean,
Most. Okay,
Yeah.
we won't name the others.
no, I mean, yeah, we're mostly very, very close friends, you know, because we trusted each other. I trusted them, you know,
Yeah.
and I always believed that ski teaching should be, you know, we have a national message to pass or whatever, you know, this is the 5 skills, or this is the this
Yeah.
or that.
Yeah.
But the sessions that I grew up with that were memorable to me were the ones that were like, it had some personality. It was like a
Yeah.
story. You're hearing
Yeah.
a good story, right? So once I get comfortable with that group of people, I encourage them to tell their own stories through ski teaching. So they didn't have to do it like my way. They could do it their way, and
Yeah.
that really brought us together as
Yeah.
a group, you know. So that's
So
how we work.
you have a lot to be proud of, but I mean, sometimes you have like, oh my God, the organization was this when I started, and I know, like, for me, I've always admired like women who were like at level 4s, because it was such a small number, and I worked with Suzanne Bergeron and all the first ski school director as women. So now I find the CSIA is very balanced. You have a lot of you have a lot of committees and WIS and like Evolve. It's
And it
it's
really-
changed the face a little bit, right?
It has, and we're proud. It's another thing to be proud of, not just me personally, but as an organization. And I think I was part of that too. Like, I had a lot. We were lucky in Eastern Canada. We had top level course conductors, or people that were getting really good, and that I could draw on. So I
Yeah.
brought them on, and I made sure they worked all the events with Kathy and
Yeah.
Louise Rice and Sunny.
Yeah.
And we had a good core of women that could. So at one point, and Maggie Graham, another
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
And at one point,
Again,
it was a level 4. It was a small year for the level 4 course at Mont Saint Anne, and I
Yeah.
almost pulled it off. But I
Yeah.
wanted to try to have the all female staff.
Wow.
But finally, we
Yeah.
had too many people sign up, so I didn't have enough
Yeah.
female staff to go
Yeah.
around. So I had to hire a few guys.
Yeah, no, and we're still trying to push women into like that are level 2s, level 3s to just like
Yeah.
want to spend 100 days on snow. But I mean, that's one thing. But I mean, I've seen it being more inclusive and more less like intimidating. I find the CSIA has reached out to other organization, and it's more like a community builder than just like, are you with us or without us?
Yeah,
So,
well, I think that's part of the shift. Maybe just it's a cultural shift that's taking place, and
Yeah.
I guess if I'm gonna claim credit for all of that, but that was certainly my way of thinking about things, was to try to be inclusive, and we started doing demonstration teams and
Yeah.
teams with women, but it's not just about them being women; it's about them being excellent.
Yeah. Oh no.
And
course,
by the way, here's somebody who's excellent, and it's a woman.
Yeah,
and,
we just need more role models.
Yeah,
like Sunny.
that's it. Yeah, it's kind of a trade. Think of it as a trade show. Interski is kind of like a trade show for the instructional aspects
Yeah.
Across the world. So we compare methodologies, we compare technique as well. But the technique has evolved to a very similar place everywhere in the world, as we see in ski racing. There's no longer national secrets in terms of how to make a ski turn. We're all seeing the
Because I
same.
know Bob McLellan, when I interviewed him, he was saying they sent me a whole season. Imagine CSIA paying for that in France to learn the French technique. I said, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Send the
Yeah, but so what? As those congresses evolved, the Interski congresses became a bit more like a trade show, where
Yeah.
actually what we were trying to go find out about was like what is their context as an organization? How do they support their membership? How do they staff their organization? How is the ski industry structured? And that's more interesting to see, to help us solve problems here in Canada. Like, how do you tie together a national standard when in our kids' situation it's coast to coast? We don't have centralized training and stuff like that. So those congresses just helped us think about that. So it was about the skiing, but as the years have passed, it's also become more about like sending people who can go and have those conversations with other demonstration teams from around the world. You know, some let's put it this way: some nations figure they invented the whole thing.
The birth of skiing.
And certain nations have more curiosity than others in terms of like what's going on in the neighbors. What we are, and the Americans and many countries now, we're curious. We're there to go and find out. And when we go to those congresses, not all of the nations are there. They're there to tell you what they do. They're not there to find out what you do. You know, so there are differences in that. You know, and but there's always something to learn. You know, from watching the skiing is always fun, and but also just talking to the people. What's really important is what we do domestically. Can we sustain our membership? Can we connect with it's always the same stuff we've been talking about for years, but you know, meeting the needs of the industry, making sure there's instructors in the trenches on a Saturday morning and every ski school across the country. There's other factors that are out of the control of the CSIA in that as well. But you know, as an organization, we have to take that role of, you know, trying to make sure our product meets the needs of what's going on out there. As the years went by, they got to know me more as a person, and then they saw that I had a sense of humor. But when I came to like I get that from Martin, you know, like in Guy Ouimet, and you know, when it was time to do business, like, okay, we're organizing a course here, you know, you're on schedule, your video times at this. So we were like, we wanted to run a
military.
Well, you know, but a tight ship, you know, and you want to be on time, and you want to be coherent and make sense in terms of what you're teaching and how you do it. So we worked really hard together to have a methodology that we all shared, a way of working that we all shared. So, but funny stories. I mean, there's quite a few. I don't know. I'd have to think back, but many good times with a lot of people. What I've really lucky, I feel I was able to do both east and western part of because I worked in the ski school business in the West. I knew a lot of people out there already. So when I came back to the East, I kept my Western connection. So when I go to the West, I see people that I'd known before. So I was lucky in that way to have the connection a bit across. And because I'm a Maritimer, I always had a soft spot for those guys. So
and I'm proud of all the level 4s now in the Maritime. You know? It's,
we're good. Yeah, so we keep
like
it alive out there.
Quebec, I've always known it's a breeder feeder. Like I've known so many, but
But it's challenging. You know, it's coming from small areas with not much winter in some cases. You know, so.
They had to travel and they had to spend more. They said to go train and learn from the best. But so we'll hear some stories, I'm sure, about you tonight. But I mean, you know, like you're not done your career. It's just you're being inducted.
Yeah, that's right. No, I haven't done my career. I'm hoping to go a few more years yet in skiing. I'm actually back on snow more full time. Even like working with the CSIA, I was. A big part of my job was administration and organizing, and so I was on snow a lot. But you know, there was days and weeks where you have to be in front of the computer screen, and that part of my life is almost gone now, unfortunately. So now I'm 100% on snow. You know, so
and your knees are good. And
everything's good. I've been really lucky. You know, like I'm feeling good. So now I'm out there teaching, coaching now. So yeah. Well. Absolutely. I mean, that's like tonight, for example, that's my main goal was to see people I haven't, like we had guy, Marie-Piere drove down from Rouen, a 6-hour drive to be here tonight, you know? So, you know, I wanted to create a bit of a reunion and people are going to show up, I think. And absolutely. But, you know, it's funny, when I first heard that I was going to be inducted, you said back in the summer, I started to think, okay, what am I going to say? What does this mean to me? And so forth. And it's funny, I kind of went through all the filing cabinet in the back of my head, you know, but not just about CSIA, but people I met in snow schools. And it's amazing how many people I've met and haven't kept in touch with all of them, but they've left a mark, you know, in a lot of ways. So you just meet so many people in this business, you know. It's amazing. And there's some it's a very connected group of people. So you learn a lot of skills that just you can apply to business. You can apply to, you know, we have a lot of successful entrepreneurs who've come through the school of CSIA, you know, and I think there's a reason for that. I think that it teaches you a lot of ways how to think about problem solving. Ski teaching is problem solving at some level, you know, like getting organized. How am I going to deal with the weather? How am I going to deal with a tricky client? Or it's like, it's all that stuff. So even when you're, and I always told people, like, even when you're a brand new level 1 who gets out in front of people, kids for the first time, like, now you're now a leader. You have no choice because those little 5 and 6 year olds following in that brand new level 1.
You have to use your adult voice.
You
have to,
shy. You have to step up.
Yeah.
You have no choice. You're responsible for those little kids. So it teaches you really early how to do that, you know. So even if you don't know what you're talking about, you have to go for it, you know. And it's one of those, when you get up there in flat light, you know, it's like, okay, we got to get down now. So here, follow me, you know. Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's certainly a demand for skiing still, and you know, there's factors out of our control. I mean, obviously, cold weather is a big factor in the future of skiing, which we don't know exactly how that's going to look in 15 or 20 years. But other than that, like most of the businesses, we see it in coaching and in competitive clubs as well. You know, it's a weekend business, and so it's harder to make a living.
Yeah, for sure.
Just skiing. Like you have to be an administrator. You have to be you can be in the ski business, but to actually just clip on your boots every day and expect to make a living, that's always been a challenge. And I would say it's probably even a little harder now today than it was 25 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what the young people, I think we're going to see, I think we see already a lot of our, even our course conductors are more, it's not their only thing they do. Right. They have a business or they have a job, and they organize their time off so that they can become course conductors. Right? So I'm not sure the generation of full-time career skiers or ski teachers, I don't know.
But it's just recruitment for when you need them.
It'll take a different form, you know. The void will be filled with other people who work more at it part-time, but maybe there will be some full-time people out there too. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm sure you've influenced quite a few over your life, right? Like you've given not just a few lessons, but you've met a lot of instructors, and you've given them or failed them in their level. Maybe some of them that you failed will be here tonight, you know?
Yeah, I have some of them I've failed more than once.
What? I think we'll end on that, but thank you. But congratulations, and I'm glad I could happen to be here.
But they did come back and they finally passed, most of them. So that just so you know, like there's a happy ending here. Right?
Okay. and I know from your reputation, you never accepted a bribe. Like it was always like, hey, like there's other witnesses. Like nobody's ever gotten a level that they didn't deserve, right? Like it's
no. Well, you know, it's a judgment. It's a judge thing, right? It's not actually kind of nice working in competitive skiing now. It's the clock,
you're coaching.
It's the clock that tells you, you know. So you're not just guessing. Is that a 5 or is that a 6? Like, but that's just the way. It's a judge sport, you know. Our aspect of the sport is a judge sport, so that's just what it is, you know.
Yeah.
We just the process. Some people pass, some people fail, but ski racing is like
you've made people cry, but then you've made them really happy if they.
Oh yeah, but what's cool about it is people are perseverant. You know, like they wanted it bad enough, and they see the value in it, so that even. I mean, many of the top course conductors here, like level 4 course conductors, we all have stories that we didn't pass the first. I didn't pass the first. It took me 3 times to pass my level 4, right? So,
or the teaching part, or
different parts of it, right? So it's a story about perseverance, you know, and because it has a value to people, well, they go back and they say, okay, well, tell me what I need to do, and I'll get better, you know. So that's the fun part, and then you actually see them succeed, and that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm very proud of their choice, and like I know the committee's working hard to present to you tonight, so I'll let you enjoy it then.
Well, thank you. I hope I can pull it off and be coherent.
So you don't know that there's a singing part to your presentation tonight? No, there's a song. No.
Well, I haven't decided yet on my part. People so fair and so fine. Not your fortune just to ski all the time. It'll form as a habit, seep in your soul, till the stream of your blood runs as white as the snow. 'Cause it's dark as a dungeon, slippery as hell. I don't make much money, but the living is swell. My boss gives me me shit, but I ski all the time. It's cold as an iceberg, if the living is fine. Well, I hope when I die and the ages shall roll, that my body will whiten, turn into snow, and I'll gaze from the doors of my heavenly home, and I'll bless all the skiers skiing below, 'cause it's cold as an iceberg and slippery as hell. I don't make much money, but the living is swell. My boss gives me shit, but I ski all the time.